So, you're a property manager, maybe a cleaning contractor, and you're just tired of the endless fight against graffiti, right? But what if I told you the old ways, all that scraping, blasting, and scrubbing, are just wrong? What if you could literally erase paint with light and build a smarter, safer, and way more profitable business while you're at it? To really get the power of this technology, let's just imagine something for a second. You're put in charge of a 5,000-year-old monument. It's a priceless piece of human history, and it's been vandalized. So, what do? I mean, you can't just take a sandblaster to it. You can't use harsh chemicals. This is the definition of a high-stakes problem, and you need a solution that's absolutely perfect and does zero damage.
Well, the answer is laser cleaning. And look, this isn't some brand new, unproven tech. It's already the go-to for conservators at UNESCO World Heritage sites, like Stonehenge. I mean, just let that sink in. When the most priceless, irreplaceable artifacts in the entire world need to be cleaned, this is the technology they turn to. That's the level of precision and safety we're talking about here.
Okay, so let's bring that incredible precision back to the daily grind. Because for any property owner or city manager, dealing with graffiti, it really does feel like an unwinnable war. It's just this constant, frustrating cycle of cleanup that feels like it has no good answers.
Because let's be honest, the old ways, they force you into a really terrible choice. You're stuck. Do you use chemicals that can stain the surface and pollute the ground? Do you sandblast it and literally chew away at the face of your building? Or maybe you pressure wash, which wastes an incredible amount of water and can drive damaging moisture deep into the walls. It feels like every solution just ends up creating a whole new problem, slowly chipping away at the value of your asset. So, how does this new approach, this new light, actually stack up against those old methods? Let's put them head to head. You'll see the difference between brute force and, well, the power of light.
You know, at the highest level, the difference is just incredibly simple. Traditional methods are, by their very nature, destructive and wasteful. They're all about brute force. Laser cleaning, on the other hand, is about being preservative and efficient. It's all about precision, not raw, damaging power. All right, let's really dig into this because the details matter. Take a look at surface damage. For lasers, it says none. Every single other method comes with a risk of harming the very thing you're trying to protect. Now go down to historic buildings. The laser is the only option rated as safe. It's not even a competition. And when you factor in the cleanup, the eco-impact, the long-term value, it's the same story all the way down. Laser cleaning isn't just a little bit better, it's playing a completely different game.
So how on earth does this actually work? It really does sound like something out of science fiction, zapping away paint with a beam of light. But the science behind it is actually, well, it's really elegant and surprisingly easy to wrap your head around.
It's all based on this principle called selective laser ablation. Here's the easiest way to think about it. Dark paint pigments are just thirsty for light energy. They absorb it instantly and get superheated. But the stone or the brick or the concrete underneath, it's reflective. It basically just says nope and bounces that light energy right off, so it stays cool. The result? The laser vaporizes the paint right off the surface without ever harming what's underneath. Pretty cool, right?
And the process itself is just as professional as the technology. It's a super controlled, four-step method. First, you assess the situation. Then you calibrate the machine specifically for that paint, that surface. Then comes the fun part, vaporize. And pay attention to that last step, because it's huge. A built-in vacuum captures every single particle. That means no mess, no dust clouds, and no contaminated water running down the drain. It's a completely self-contained, clean process from start to finish. Okay, the science is impressive. The process is clean. We get it. But for any business owner out there, the real question is always the same. What's the bottom line? Does this actually make financial sense? Well, let's look at the incredible business case for laser cleaning. This number right here, this is one of the biggest parts of the whole deal. With traditional methods, you're just constantly bleeding money on consumables, sand, chemicals, abrasives, not to mention the fees to dispose of all that stuff. With a laser cleaner, your ongoing cost for all of that is zero. Zip. The only thing you're paying for is the electricity to run it. That's a massive, massive long-term financial advantage.
And don't think for a second that this is some delicate piece of lab equipment. The heart of the machine, the laser source itself, is rated for over 100,000 hours of operation.
To put that in perspective, that's more than 11 years of running this thing 24/7. This is a durable, long-term capital investment. It's designed to be an absolute workhorse for your business for years and years to come. So let's talk return on investment. Yeah, okay, the initial purchase price is higher than a pressure washer. We all know that. But for a business that's dealing with graffiti on the regular, the payback period is just stunningly fast. When you have no consumables to buy and you can charge a premium for a clearly superior service, many businesses actually break even within a single year. And by the way, don't overlook these benefits as just nice to haves. These are serious business advantages. Zero water use, that means you can work during a drought. Zero chemicals, less regulatory paperwork, less liability. And that quiet operation, it means you can work in residential areas or during business hours without getting a single complaint. These green features translate directly into more job opportunities and a safer environment for your team. Okay, so if you're getting serious about this, the next logical question is, which machine do I get? There are two main types of lasers out there, and it's really crucial to understand the difference so you can choose the right tool for the kinds of jobs you'll be doing. Really, it just comes down to precision versus speed. Pulse lasers deliver their energy in these tiny, incredibly powerful bursts. This creates almost no heat on the surface, which makes them perfect for that priceless historic statue or a delicate marble facade. Continuous wave, or CW, lasers deliver a constant beam of energy. They're faster and more cost-effective, which makes them ideal for just blasting graffiti off huge concrete walls or steel bridges. Knowing who your primary customer is will help you make the right choice. Ultimately, it all comes down to this one simple question. Every time you clean a surface, are you actually preserving its value for the long haul, or are you taking part in its slow-motion destruction? Laser cleaning is the only method that puts you firmly on the side of preservation, making it not just a better way to clean, but a fundamentally smarter way to do business.